What's up, guys? In today's video I'll be replacing the well pump. The pump house itself over here got a little cold. The control box died, which left the pump running, and eventually that died as well. So had to go fix it. Ended up in the ER with a little over 30 stitches, but in the end got it working. So I learned from what I did, don't do some of the things I did, and yeah, let's go from there. A section up there. Now you got a cut here, cut here. This is holding it. That's going to be the next place I connect to. I'll lift this one up. Here you got the pump house where everything failed and how I ended up in the ER. That right there is the cap on top of the old one. A couple of clamps that I got from Harbor Freight. And here is the well itself. And up there is an electric winch that I got on Amazon. So I used the clamps, these ones. I would clamp on one, throw the winch up here just below the winch, and pull it up until it got up to the top. Throw another winch on the bottom. Also a pipe clamp just to rest it on the pipe clamp when that gets torqued. And then cut the pipe, pull it up again. All right, but my initial, before I bought those clamps, I was using these homemade ones, and one of those fell down and sliced my thigh, and I ended up in the ER. Here you got a better view of what I had going on up on top here. So I got this box, I don't know what you call it, punched square tube, 14 gauge from Home Depot. Put my winch on that, had a clamp here, a clamp on the other side just to keep it in place. Had a little bit of security here just in case something slipped, and to prevent my electric winch from falling down. Just had it also strapped to the top. And yeah, that's it up here. Down there is the well. All right, let's get this down. Here we have all the pipes that I've taken out of the ground and the well pump itself. 120 feet worth. It's all done. Now I'm going to replace it with poly. The easiest thing for me to get around here was PEX, so that's what I'll be using, PEX A. And here is the new well pump. So we got the pump here. I'm using PEX A. I didn't have PEX A fitting, so this is just temporary. I just used that so that I would have some weight here as I stretched out the pipe. That's why I haven't connected up the wires either. But I went ahead and taped every 3 feet or so, or one step back, basically. One step back, tape, one step back, tape. A few more in the beginning. And try to keep it on the same side the whole time, so I just lined it up with where the writing is. And we got that out here. This is to 100 meters. Look at that one. You guys might recognize that. Oh, 100 feet, sorry. 100 feet, not 100 meters. So tomorrow I'll get some connectors here that I can extend. I need to go to 120 feet with my well. So I have 150 feet of wire. Plenty there. I have a total of 200 feet of the PEX A, laying another 50 inside, and then this one here. So we should be all set. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have water again. Here we are, about to drop the setup here into the well. So starting from the top, you have the head. Got a new head now for poly instead of the metal pipe that was here before, with a PEX A connection on here. Also have a retrieval wire that goes all the way down the side, opposite side of the electrical cable. Electrical cable comes up through here. It used to be a splice here. Instead I just ran it through all the way up to there and cut it, and that's a new one. I taped it, I would say every 2 feet or so, 2-3 feet. And at the bottom here, I'm not quite done. I have one centering plate, supposed to be good to arrest some of the vibrations down here, because when the pump kicks on, it kicks on hard. And you can have this torque setting or a torque absorber set here, but from some videos I saw, if they fail, they can fall down over the pump. So better off not doing that. I have staggered the connections here. So I did some solder or some heat gun applied solder. So underneath here, you could sort of see the solder in the middle, yellow band that tightens down, makes it waterproof. And then on the outside of that, I also threw another heat shrink on just to make them really tight. Last thing I'm going to do now is just to tape this all up. I just wanted to show you guys before I tape it. And then we drop this part in the hole and wire it up on the control panel. We're ready to send it down. Here's the final product. It's all wrapped up now. So we have now PEX A going down into the well hole, 100 and what's it going to be, 110 feet down. We also have the little connection here with a cable so that we can easily pull it out. I believe this is just a vent. Then the wire goes over here, the power, to the control box, which is required when you have a certain size pump. Mine is 1 horse. It used to be half a horse, but I've fixed that or upgraded it. Also upgraded or changed out my pressure gauge. Pressure was a little low here, so I adjusted that in here. I can show you how to do that. It's not hard at all. You have 2 different adjustments. One just changes the pressure when it turns on, and the other one can change the when it turns off, as far as creating a larger or smaller differential. So all I did was, well, of course I YouTubed it, but then also the instructions are right in here. So if you take this one, the big one there, and go clockwise on that one, that increases the pressure when the pump turns off. And it also raises the cut-in pressure by the same amount. So if you increase the cut-out pressure by 20 psi, then the cut-out will also change by 20 psi. If you want a change in the differential there, then you'll be over here on that small one and adjusting that one. But I'm sure every single one of these are different. Here are the instructions. Pretty straightforward. Here's the pressure tank. I did go ahead and change this one also. You want to empty out all the water out of the tank so there's nothing in there. There's a bladder inside here. It's called diaphragm. That just takes a regular bicycle pump to change the pressure. So you want to set the pressure on the diaphragm to 2 psi below the pump on or cut in pressure. So since my pressure turns on at 40, or pump turns on at 47, I increased that bladder pressure to 45. And then by default on mine, there's a 20 different psi differential between the pump on and pump off. So it's now 47 and 67 with the bladder pressure at 45. All right, guys, that's it for this week. thank you very much for following along this far. Please like and subscribe and do all that algorithm stuff. I'd like to also thank the H2O mechanic. I learned so much from his YouTube channel, so do check that one out. I'll link that below as well. If it wasn't for him, I would probably have to call someone for this one. Yeah, it cost me 28 stitches and $100 in the ER, down payment, but all worth it in the end. I learned a bunch, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.